this down. All right, I guess we're live. Live. What's up, folks? Kevin has to take a break today.
Mr. Kevin.
Mr. Coach Kevin. So it's going to be me. Oh, where'd we go? Just adjust this up, hopefully. All right. We're going to do some single leg stuff today.
Yay!
All right, guys. My favorite. So I want to go start up on the feet real quick, and then we're going to go down to the ground real quick and kind of look at some of this stuff, how we can apply this. I'm not going to spend too much time on the feet, but I wanted to go over just some principles real quick on getting that to the single. This is another good way. I'm not a big believer in going to my knees or putting my knees on the ground when I shoot. So what I want you guys to look at today is, let's say Ethan comes out on a collar tie. He brings that collar, yeah. So what I'm going to do is I want to take this off here, right? Get my head in the position and then walk into his leg, right? So he's going to come off the tie. So I should throw my shoulder over. Here, now if he were to bend over, yeah, if he, come back. If his head goes that low, we're going to go cover to the front headlock. If you want to, you can go into a cradle. Okay, so those are both really good. But this is so, we're here, I take that off, and Ethan's kind of up. And then I'm going to drop my level a little bit. My left hand, in this case my back, my rear hand is going to come over. And then I'm going to drive into Ethan here, right? I'm going to try to pick this up. So you can do this a lot of different ways, right? If I'm here, and let's say he keeps it, keep it heavy, I can't turn it. You can bring it like an over tie. Here, step, oh. Come on, I'm not that strong.
Yeah, that was actually pretty quick. Hold on.
So we're here, take it off. You see how I'm dropping? I'm keeping my head and his arm between my shoulder. You see my shoulder behind here? And I want to drop. I don't want to do that. I'll get guillotined, right? So I'm here, and then I'm picking up, right? So you see I'm here, right? So I want to wrap almost like a foot lock here on his arm. And now there's different things that can happen, right? So depending on your training partner's experience level or athletic level, sometimes they'll try to hold on to you like this. So when they pull onto you, you can do a couple different things. I can go and wrap again, right? And start to pull and circle him down, right? And then if he leaves his arm there, maybe we'll tap you. Or you can just go to knee on belly. Right, so we're here. I would usually go over, pick that arm up, here. Now, the hard part that I usually have is if they're just bouncing, right? So they're not holding on, so I can't really get to their head. And maybe they're hand fighting with me here, trying to strip my hands, my arms, right? So this can get, and then what does he want to do? He wants to bring his knee in here. Yeah, and he's going to kind of kick out of it. So I don't want any of that. There's two. Here, shoot, head up, here. Now, you can do a couple different things here. Some people are really big fans of trying to do this uppercut and kick on the back leg. I do that sometimes, but especially against guys that have a lot longer legs, it's hard for me to close this distance, right? And they're hopping. So instead of doing that, what I've started to do is I've tried to start bringing my shoulder, and this works even if they hold onto my head. So if you can't get a good purchase on the back of their head, I drop behind. So I'm going to be here, I'm going to drop. You see how his knee turns? Here, and I'm going to start circling down, right here. And I'm shelving his leg. So you see I'm not letting go. He's here, I turn on that, I shoot, I drop in, I drive into him here. Now I'm pausing for the, just talk to you guys. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop and I'm going to start walking down. Now, from here, I don't know if we're still on camera. I'm going to circle behind with my whole body. So I'm going to turn his knee. So his, here, boom, pick it up, drop it in, pull right here. Now, if he stays like this, you can drop in behind to the knee, right? Wrap the legs, and now you're ready to start passing, right? If he doesn't go, here, right? You can just let go and cover to the back, right? Also good. Usually these guys, I mean, when you're, if it's a jiu-jitsu person, they're either gonna kind of stay up on all fours. As if you let go of the leg, they should turn to their back so they don't take their back. Or they'll try to kick out. So you may only have a second here as I go, right? Because he's gonna try to pull this leg. So if you see, let's turn this way. I have this leg shelved and I'm trying to hold this knee. And if he pulls me, that's fine, because he's gonna pull me right, he's gonna like slingshot me. So just be ready for that. Because, guys are being really strong, this is a really strong movement. So be ready to cover. Right, so comes over, I drop in, up, even here. Now you can come in, you can start stepping on the foot so you can't just run, right? And then you cover.
I get scared on that movement because with your shoulder coming down on your leg like that,
it turns it
feels
really hard.
a little bit like the ACL, MCL, a little compromised. You know what I mean?
So I don't know where, I don't know where I saw this or who taught this to me, but what I remember is, back, I remember John Danaher showing kind of a push on the back of the knee, like that, okay? Or, you okay?
No, I get hyper paranoid about it.
Or you'd come here like this and you kind of do this little cup grip and you pull the other way. The problem with this is that when I try to do these, if he keeps his legs straight, I can't even get in there, right? So, and he's posting on my shoulder right now, right? So if I'm trying to get on this leg, I'm trying to go here, this is a pain in my butt. But it doesn't matter if he posts on my shoulder if I drop, right? He's gonna turn. Now he may rotate the whole way, go to the back, but that's fine. So we're here, I drop, I pick up at the heel, right? And now you can go right here. Right? And if you want something that's a little more secure, if he drops right away, right? You see how I shelf his leg and I lock it in. You okay?
Yeah.
Right? So I'm here, Ethan wants to go and pull this leg out. It's really hard. You hold here. Right? And then from here, you're going to drop and cover to the other leg. Go your left arm here, pull, right? And rotate through the pass. Okay? Or at least get to that side. And I like going to that, his left side, because that's usually, not always, but usually their weak side of the pass. All right? So again, guys, I like to do this off of a 2-on-1. I like to not give them a tie, but if they take the tie, that means they're really close. So you'll see a lot of people are driving for legs, and if I just go and try to drop in and shoot, like if I'm really quick, or he's off balance, or moving in a different direction, then he should be like, he's moving this way, right? And I drop in, maybe I'll meet him. But I personally like to work off from ties, okay? So this can go both ways, right? I'm not giving him a collar tie, but if I'm here, I want to cover, right? And same idea of like, okay, collar tie, head up, right? I know because I have a good posture that he's going to probably drop in or he's going to try to snap. But if I'm not like this, if I'm here and he's going to snap me, yeah, now I'm going to get guillotined. So I try to keep more of an upright posture. So even if he tries to snap me here, it's hard on the head, right? We're not hard on the head, but hard to pull my head down. But the downside of this is that he can shoot on my legs to have an upright posture. So if I stay up high and I resist and then he shoots on my legs, yeah, I could get caught out. So just realize like that's going to be, if you keep a good posture here, he might drop in on your leg. Okay, so you have to be ready for that. So 2-on-1, right? And you can do different things, right? You can have an elbow push to that single, drop in here, and then you can just keep walking them. Keep walking them. Keep rotating. Don't stop. Don't get stuck up. This happened to me a lot. Still happens sometimes where I come in and I get this leg and then we're here, right? And I'm trying to like chop his leg. Yeah, and he's pulling. Once he gets his arms on my elbow, then he's gonna start pulling and kicking his leg free. So we don't want that. So that's you drop in here. So you see at the same time as here I'm dropping here, and I'm using my body, right? I'm pushing into him. I'm not pulling the leg up. Like, I'm not trying to lift the leg up with my arms.
Are you concerned at all, like, do that?
With me coming kind of here and having this arm in front of myself.
Yeah.
Okay.
What would you do? Yeah, you can. So that's a good one, right? Like if he frames on me, so that's not bad. You know.
Okay.
You can do that to the double. Yeah, you're gonna get people who like push on you like that hand. Yeah, right. So you can do different things from here, from this, right? Sometimes we have a really good purchase here. I can drop all the way in to there. That little
Little trim.
I forget what it's called. Right? It's not really a trip, but I'm like taking
It's like
you that way. It's almost like a Tani Itoshi, but to the side.
Oh, okay.
Yoko Itoshi maybe to the side. I'm not sure if that's the right word for it. So here, yeah. So sometimes they're really strong, right? Something here.
Ooh.
Right. So if they're really strong like this, you can elbow push. Right. Kyle Bear taught me that one. I like that
I
one.
like this one.
Here, and I do that a lot just off the hand fight. The guys coming on the collar tie. Here. You can turn, right? You can go the other way too. So that's a great time to take the back. You see Gordon Ryan takes the back, not always off of takedowns per se, but when he comes up and people try to turn away and run out. Eddie, I think Eddie Cummins has done it a few times in competition. Here. So if he's strong, right, like I can't turn on that shoulder. Here. But you're using your legs to drive in. So I also wanted to kind of talk about how to use the single leg from the bottom. Okay, same principles. So it's turning essentially like a half guard sweep into a single leg. Okay, so how do we do that? Let me see. Why don't we go this way? Let's go this way. So if I'm in a half guard, let's say, or in a passing situation, you know, Ethan's here and he wants to knee cut me, right? So he's gonna bring his knee cut right into here, right? So just as a quick note, especially with the gi, but even without the gi, I wanna keep this elbow wedged into this space. I don't wanna be here because he can pull that up and he can take my elbow off the ground, which is not what I want, okay? So, but especially with the gi, without the gi, if I'm here and I'm caught out, right, and he tries to pull my arm, it's kind of easy because he doesn't have a good enough grip to usually just pull up my arm. But with a gi, if he has something to grab onto, he's gonna pull it and he's a lot more power if my elbow's away from my body than I have to keep it in. So I'm always keeping this wedge here. And this also, the other part of this is that keeps this knee wide. I don't want him to kind of be here and kind of keeping weight on me too much because then it's too much pressure. So I like to keep here, okay? So from here, what I'm gonna do is as he's passing, I'm gonna kind of bump him here, all right? So let's go this way so you guys can see I'm bumping with that leg that's kind of right by his butt. So if we're here, and you can do this from different positions, he comes in, he goes, a knee cut, right? Look, here. And now this knee is gonna bump him forward. And then from here, what I wanna do is, I wanna get up on my knees, right? I'm gonna keep this leg. Now I don't wanna be too far like this because he can actually pull my arm here. So if he pulls and then sits back, like now go back to your left hip. Yes, my arm is gonna be in a little bit of danger there. Okay, so that's not what we want. It's not the greatest arm lock, but
It's not terrible.
it's not the worst. Okay, it's no reason why you want to have to defend an arm lock. You know, when you should be sweeping or coming up on that single. So as we're here, so no one's gonna put their hands on the ground for you guys. I want you to kind of, or you know, you can almost try to guillotine me or headlock me. Yeah, so here, like off of, sometimes they'll take it from the trying to get an underhook because they think I'm gonna do this, right? And they'll protect their back. So yes, they want to do that. So you don't want to get this done either, right? So go back. So what I'll often do is the person will be here.
Like this page,
You know, we'll be here. If he steps in the middle, I'll come in. Even here. Now this is like super easy. I'm going to come up on my knees, try to stay up, right? And now once we're here, I have a couple different options. Usually what these guys are going to do is they're going to whizzer my arm, on the inside. So that prevents me from taking their back, right? Or at least it should in the short term, okay? And then sometimes they'll either try to muscle, like push into me, yeah, and try to break me back down, or they'll try to kick out. They'll try to blow out of here. Yeah, don't sit down. They'll try to kick out. So what I mean is, let's say if I did it to you, like so if I'm here, right, and you bump me, right, here, right, as you come out, they'll try to run out, right? They'll just try to like get there or get up on their feet.
When I turn my shoulders to try and get that.
Yeah, there's like a little moment there you might be able to bust out of the position. So, so you don't want to give up the underhook, but you want to bring the person forward. So sometimes the person's here, right? They're driving, you know, I'll actually like kind of curl up into them. But then the key thing is that I want to bump their butt here. Now, if I can get to the far leg, right, I'll go to the far leg. I'll take my left hand, come up here, right? Now, what you want to do here is, if you can get to this knee, you might be able to go to the double, but instead, more often than not, what you're going to do is you're going to take your left hand, the one that's in between his legs here, right, and you're going to lift up your leg and then shelf his leg here, right? So now when Ethan tries to run, it's really hard. Now I can keep my weight down on his knee, because sometimes guys that are pretty athletic, they'll try to go set over you, right? They'll try to do that stuff, okay? But they'll be sitting on you, right? So you gotta bump, get up, shelf the leg. Let's go back. Let's go again. So you see it's a very similar dynamic to when we were standing, when I put my shoulder behind their knee, right? So if we're here, you can do this even from here. Look, I can be here. I can do this little shin to shin, right? I can be here. I can pull in, up. Now Ethan's being very cooperative here. Now, if I try to take my weight off of him and I come up, he's going to blow off, right? Because I don't have any pressure on the leg. And you're not going to be able to hold, especially without the gi, you're not going to be able to hold his leg with your hands. So you got to keep pressure down with your shoulder. So if we're here, let's say I do it from a standing position or a sitting position here. Here, look, one, pick up that shin here. And what I don't want is I don't want him to like rotate his body over. So I'm going to use my ear to kind of push against his hip. And I'm going to lock his leg up here. Right? Now from here, I can switch back to his leg. Now keep it leg up. Keep that leg up if you want, right? That's fine. Now I can build up into him. No, keep your leg up. Would you put your leg back down? No. Right? Now I can come up. Now I can start building up into him. Right? If he's not trying to blow out. You okay?
For some reason, that position right
Yeah.
there, I feel like as if my heel is so exposed.
Yeah, it's not good for you.
Not good at all. Not good in a multitude of ways.
Yeah.
So I get scared a little bit, you know?
So if they stand up, you want to kind of go with them sometimes. You have to, I'll show you a couple different options here. So if we're here and I come up, right? I'm gonna turn my knee a little bit, pick this up and slide in my hip. Here. And now you can start to like pull them back, right? And break their hip down, and then like that. Okay? That's always a good one. But you want to keep pressure on that leg the whole time. Keeping the hand behind the knee, or in front of the knee rather. We're here, let's say I'm in more of a supine position, right? So this is the danger right here. I don't want to let him turn and then get the underhook. So that's gonna really wreck everything that I want to do. So you can't let this happen in this situation. If you want to do this move, you have to do something different. So we're here, right? Ethan's like, let's go. Here, turn, get that, build that face up. Now in this case, his leg is near me, so I might run. Right? Keep my shoulder weight down. I don't want to put my elbow out. Right? That would be bad. Here. See, so even here. Now the other thing is that he might backstep on me. In this case, right? So that's the big fear. Go back. All right, now go all the way back. So I'm always
I'm always ready or prepared for that back step, right? And so if I feel like he's gonna back step, I'm gonna weave my leg behind his, right? So he's not gonna be able to track. So if he goes back, I'm gonna go back with him, right? And you see how I hook his leg, so it's back to like a shin on shin. So if we're here, and he like kind of backs, here, right? And then you can come up into like a leg drag if he lets you, but you're probably gonna get into like a little bit more of a battle in the reverse half guard, which we can go over another day. But I want to just highlight that for a second because that's like a nice counter from his perspective that you have to be prepared for. But just to continue on this series, right? Here, come up, I'm using, let's go back for a second. I want to make sure I'm bumping his butt. Sometimes people will stall out here, they'll be here, right? And they'll get here. This is like the perfect time. And they're gonna, what they try to do is that they get to here, you're sitting on your hip or your leg, and now they want to try to fight for that underhook. So go ahead, fight for the underhook, right? I'll bring him forward, see, yeah. But I'm always fencing, I'm always hand fighting, so he's not able to get an underhook on me, right? And then I'm gonna come up. If his leg is near, I'm gonna come up, 1, 2. If he steps his leg up, right, so that I can't get it or it's too far away, I'm gonna do that one, right? Here, collect it, come back on top, right? And now we're gonna keep rotating out to the side. Take it back, okay? Now what I like to do is kind of go over if he's able to get the whizzer. So let's do this way. So let's say we're here, and I get to here, and he whizzers me, right? So now, since I've already built up my base on my right side, I'm gonna come up, right? So he's gonna do a couple different things here. So he can either put his weight into me, right? Right, we're gonna get into this almost like a dogfight position, right? He's got this whizzer, so keep some good weight onto me. Yes, okay? So whenever I feel like I can't go into him, I'm gonna do a limp arm out. And so all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put my hand on the floor, I'm gonna look this way, and now I'm gonna take his back. Okay, so it's just a limp arm off of the whizzer. You can do this from standing as well, right? So if we're here, and he comes in on the whizzer, right? You stay up straight, right? If we're here, right? You can come limp arm here, limp arm, back in. So I'm not going to go into the limp arm series off the standing, but it's definitely an option. So go back over here. So this is any time you're on this dog fight, and we're here. So Ethan now is thinking he's maybe wised up a little bit, and he's gonna whizzer me. No, so we're whizzered, right? Now, if I'm still on my side, we're gonna do some different stuff. I might rotate here, pull his hips onto me, and make him roll through. That's if the weight comes into me, right? Now I'm gonna take him with me, take him over. If he keeps his weight off of me, then I'm gonna build up my base. So if we're here, right? Whizzer, 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 whizzer. Here, right? I'm able to build up my base, and we're in here. Yeah, keep your whizzer. He's got a little bit of a shin whizzer right now, so he's holding his own leg, right? So from here, what I want to do, so I can still do the first thing. I can still start hipping down, shelving. So if you guys can see, that's how I'm kind of dominating his right leg and his hips by extension. So let's go, let's say we're here, maybe now I'm a little bit more supine here, right? Now usually from here, if I'm stuck on my shoulder, they like to drive into me, all right? They've over committed to the top, so I'll switch my hook, or my, to like a seatbelt underhook. And now more often than not, they're gonna whizzer hard, right? They're gonna whizzer hard, yes, but see how you took your weight off? So now I can get up to my weight, to my knees. Now from here, this arm, my underhook arm, is what I like to do is I like to bring it down and then try to drive into that other far hook to the leg here. And even if I don't get it, I can still drive his hips down. So here, so stay strong here because you will be like this, right? And I'll drive my hip and I'll come to this side. Yeah, keep your whizzer up. Yes. So here, then I'm going to start driving, coming up. So let's do it this way so they get to the backside. Here. If we get to here, right? Here. I'm going to cover. Sometimes you can get to the other foot. Here. Going to the knees. Now if I can reach that other foot, great. I'll start to drive. You can't step out. Come back up. But let's say he steps up on that. Step up on that. So I can't get it. And you drive in. Step up on your foot. Yes. So here, there's no way I'm going to, because he's got a post out, right? And he's got his weight into me. That's when I'm going to limp arm out and go to his back, right? So just because there's a whizzer doesn't mean that you can't get to the back, right? You just have to limp arm. And just to really emphasize this, come back here for a second, right? So let's say we're here in this dogfight position. Right? Your knee is going to be in between mine, right? Right? And I'm here. Now, whether you have this arm here or you're at the traditional kind of a seatbelt type of underhook around the waist, the key to the seatbelt or the limp arm is not going straight, right? So you can see like he's got his leg in the way and his arms are kind of connected here. So what I want is this. And the other thing is I'm taking my arm and I'm kind of painting the back of my, the mat with it like this. So if we're here, right? Now, if he can, let's say he connects his hands. Connect your hands, right? Now, step up on your leg. Right? So it's hard to do it, right? It's hard to see how he took his hand out to put his leg up. So put your leg up, right? Now, see how his arm is, his right arm is not connected, right? He's no longer holding his hands, is what I'm trying to say, right? So now this is where you limp arm. Okay, and now you've got his back, and I've got his leg too still, right? So that's kind of where you want to be. If you're still on your knees, if he's on his knees, he's going to be able to lock his hands. So if we're here and he's still on his knees, he's able to lock his hands, this becomes harder. Like, it's not impossible, but it's probably not going to happen. So I don't limp arm when I see that he's connected his hands. But then guys, look, if I'm here, look at his head. So in order to connect his hands, his head comes low. It's really hard for him to keep his head up because his hands are connected. All right, so you can try to drive him, but what I like to do is I like to come over like that. All right, so keep your whizzer, nice strong whizzer, connect your hands, right? So if he's connected, you can either come behind, underneath, right, here. And then what you want to do is you want to pull, right? And it's okay if he puts that arm out. That's okay. Here, okay? You got a lot of control over him. There's also triangles you can do from there, right? Because his arms are out of position. So if we're here, go ahead, lock it up, right? Keep your hands together, right? So I can come here. Oh, come on, stay straight. All right? All right, you see? Even if you put your hand out, put your arm out. Yes. So if he puts his hand out here, we have guillotines, right? I can just come right back down into the guillotine. I said triangle, but I meant guillotine. Here. Okay? So, there's a couple things from the dogfight that you can do. A couple things from standing, but it's the same idea of getting your whole body kind of behind that knee and dominating that knee and that leg from these positions. This is really good stuff. I mean, I do this all the time with that little knee bump. But it's also a good way when the guy's just, you're playing some other guard and he gets his knee, like he's cutting here and you drive him. If you get his hands on the mat, here. Now look, my shoulder is behind his knee. I can either go to the far, or if he's stepping up, here, I'm going to come here. All right? If he tries to roll, sometimes they'll try to sit over or sit on you, right? So sometimes they sit back. Yes, here, just kind of sit back on me. Yes. So you just gotta post your leg up. Here, you drive up, and now you're gonna come up behind it. We're losing my computer for a second. Bear with us. seated, I can either be shin to shin. I like shin to shin if he goes, tries to drive into me a little bit. I might pull, right? Lift that. Put your hand on the ground and go back. You just want to make sure you're not giving up that underhook. So I like to keep that underhook really tight. Here, right? So let's say we're in this position, right? He knee cuts. He goes through, knee cut, until my hand comes underneath. So even if he stops, so we usually go back. Usually I find that people will try to stall out here and fish out the underhook here, right? So you can't let them do that, right? Yeah. And sometimes you'll see, you can even do like kind of like arm drags from here. And then here, you're gonna bump them forward. So it's, if they stall out on you, you have to wait a second, right? And sometimes they'll either try to guillotine you or they'll try to fly through, just slide right through and try to recover on the backside. So you just have to be ready for that. But I like this. It might be reverse de la Hiva. This person doesn't have any respect for it. And then, or whatever reason, maybe he sheds that hook and he comes forward, right? That's where I want here, right? Now bump. If I can't bump him, right? If he's too heavy to bump, right? I'll come in, I'll try to pull him back. Right. You can do that off of a underhook too, sometimes, right? What do you do if you have the underhook, right? If you lose the underhook, that's trouble. You lose the underhook, right? So if I'm here, right, this is maybe a subject for another day. So if I'm here on the underhook and Ethan goes to pass, right? I like to come over here, try to get to this chin whip, right? And so then Ethan has a decision to make. Does he want to walk backwards or does he want to go forwards? Or he can try to clear this hand fight with me, right? So here hand fights, right? Oh, go right to the anaconda. Yep, Darce.
What was it?
I think it's a Darce.
It was anaconda.
So that's a subject for another day. Maybe we'll do that tomorrow or something. But
Sure.
That little disappearing, that's kind of risky stuff. But if you have, if you're getting past and you lost the underhook, then you have to start doing that stuff. I like that. I think I've heard that called the ghost escape. I've had varying degrees of success with that. If the person knows what you're doing, you're in big trouble. But hopefully, maybe we'll go one more time through this. That'll help you guys out. Using that single leg. Yeah, it'll keep their weight. Right? And then sometimes I'll shove that off or kind of shut it here, and I'll get up to the hip, and then go wizarding. Right? Usually they're going to wizard. And you want to stay tight to this. And even if you get caught here, right, you can't build up your base onto your elbow, like so right now I can't get up on my elbow, I'll come underneath. And so we're here, and now Ethan has a choice. Like, what if he can backstep? If he backsteps, I'm going to sweep him. Right? If he stays here, I can always come up here, and then we're in this position again, right? This dogfight position, right? And now if he keeps his head down, I'll come and I'll wrap over. If he brings his head up, I limp arm out, come back over. I still have this leg trapped. I don't want to let that come out. So you guys see, he's like kind of hooking my leg, and I'm hooking his leg too. You want to keep this here so he doesn't just bring this out. I don't know if I emphasize that enough. But it's the same kind of, they're very similar finishes, whether you're doing it from the feet or whether you're doing it from that sweep. That kind of that. I've heard, Lucas Lech obviously made this stuff super famous. He wasn't the only one to do it, but maybe one of the more successful guys. And so if you want to check out his stuff, I mean, he's the absolute master of this stuff. He's got a DVD series out. Yeah, nothing super complicated about this. It's just kind of knowing what the dynamics are, what the different permutations. But it goes, the limp arm, that ankle grabs. Here, maybe let's go from here so you can see what I'm doing on that ankle. Come back this way. So you can just be, like, you can actually do this from here, right? Like, I could be here. He gets this knee, okay? He has this knee out. I can let him come in here, right? Now his foot is up here. So if his foot's up, I want to get into this position, right? And then, from here, I'm either going to, it really depends on what he does, but if he drives into me, right, I'm going to put my hips up, and I'm going to hip bridge him over. Back in. if he keeps his weight off with me, right, if he's like kind of wizarding me, right, I'm able to come up here, and out, and then if his leg's up, or here, like, so right now I can kind of get this low, but I can't get to his leg, here, right, or go back, right, or I can come up high, get to the head, and I'm going to pull the head, right, I can drive over, or I can come over here, right, I can start switching onto that leg. Some other different variations you can do, kind of tweaks the knee a little bit, right? Stuff I'm not sure if you're allowed to do in wrestling or not. Probably pretty much do anything other than show people in wrestling. But hopefully that helps you guys out. If not, if you have questions, just shoot them up in the comments. I hope that helps you guys out. Single leg finishes. Alrighty, guys.
Yes,
Thank you.
sir.
Have a great day.